Hello, welcome to the video. I'm going to be doing a QGIS tutorial today, and sorry if I just drop off and die halfway through because I'm currently sat in a furnace in the middle of summer. So what we're going to talk about today are inset maps in QGIS. And this map I've made, I've also made the layout for this, and I'll put a link in the description to download that layout if you want it. There's also a landscape version, so they're free on GitHub. And this is a map of Central and West Africa's forests, a subset of those forests, important terrestrial ecoregions. But that's irrelevant to this video. I am interested in this inset map. So in QGIS, unlike in ArcGIS, where you can have multiple maps in one layout linking to different map sources, in QGIS you get the one map, you get the project view. So let's head on to the project view. This is the project view. You get one map in QGIS, and so how can I take this project view and create two separate views in my layout? If I go to the project tab at the top here, you can access the layout manager, and that's where I would open my layout from. I'm not going to go into explanations about every aspect of what I'm doing. This is for inset maps, how to work with inset maps. So I'm going to move over now to the layout view, which I've got open already. And this is it. This is the layout view. So that was the project view, and this is the layout view. And you can see that the inset map is currently the same as the layout view. What might be slightly confusing is in this map, I've rotated the main map view, or really I've rotated the project view by 90 degrees, so that the north is facing like cardinal east technically, but it's rotated the whole map. But the inset view is facing north, map north, as you expect. Right, but I want this inset map to look different to the main map, even though I've only got one map. So the way I'm going to do that initially is by showing you how lock layers work. So this is a quick way of going about this. I'm going to tell you in a moment how to do themes instead, which is more robust. But this is good to know, just to get you. You'll have seen this if you've ever been on a QGIS layout and you've added a map window, which I believe is that's to add a photo. And this one adds a map on the side here. So I've done that twice and added two maps, and called one the main map, and I've called the other the inset map. And on the main map, these layers are fine. I want to keep them as they are. So I'm just going to go to the item properties, and underneath the main properties, there is the layers. And so I'm going to lock these layers. I'll lock them in place. That doesn't lock the symbology for the layers. So if you are, for whatever reason, changing the symbology and locking layers, and then you're like, well, why the symbology not? You need to also lock the styles for the layers if that's something that you're doing. So now that I've locked this main map, and the layers have locked, the styles are locked, even if I go into the project view over here and start changing stuff around, this main map is almost like got a snapshot in time. And so that's why it's not too robust, because if you actually make changes, and how do you get back to this view? If you accidentally turn this lock layers off, it's going to all reset. Anyway, we will explain in just a moment how to deal with that using themes. But for now, I just want to get this inset map looking like it does on my output. I want it to be different. So main map is locked. Let's go on to the project view here, and let's make it so that our project view looks like our inset map. So the way I'm going to do that is because this is like an art show. I've prepared one earlier, and so I'm going to deactivate all of these layers. And there's my ocean, cool. And here is my inset landmass data. You'll notice initially that these labels are massive, and that's the reason they are this size is because I have set them. If I go to the properties down here, it opens up to the labels view, the symbology's there. This is the labels view. I've set these labels to be meters at scale, which means they aren't going to change size if I zoom in and out, and that is useful when you are setting up a layout. So, but this is the view I want for my inset. So now that's fine, isn't it? So I might actually also say I want to change the ocean color for my inset map as well. But I want to keep this blue color scheme. I want to be able to come back to it. So before I change any symbology on this ocean layer, I'm going to right click it and go to the styles down here. And I will add this blue color palette for the ocean, this symbology. I'll add this as a style, and I will add it. I'm going to call it blues. Blues. Right. Now I have two styles. And so these are called active map styles. These are embedded symbologies. So if I open up a different project, these won't be available. They're only available right now in this instance. And when I save the project, they will continue to be available. But I'm going to change it back to the default active map style for now, because I want to change its color. So I could go to the properties, or I could double click it to open up the properties. And I'm going to change it to Viridis. Viridis. Or maybe something more ostentatious. Let's change it to Turbo. Okay, so now we're on Turbo. If I go back to the layout view, then this inset map should update automatically. So if I click on it, it should just update automatically, which it has. Otherwise, if it doesn't, this little update map preview button will do the job. I can click it and that'll happen. So I don't like that turbo color on there, so I'm going to change it back to the blues from the styles menu. So that active map style is now back to blues, and I will click on the refresh button, and oh lovely, it's back to where it should be. Great. But if I reactivate all these layers to go back to the main map view, because I want to change a few things, then all of a sudden I'll lose this on here. And so, oh no, I'm going to have to lock these layers too. And there's no need to lock the styles because I'm not changing the styles. But that's a bit tedious because now if I lock these layers and I want to change layers on here, I need to go onto here, I need to reactivate all of these one by one. I want a way to be able to return to this inset view by a click of a button, and that is how we are going to use map themes. So on the project view, you've got your inset map set up. Great. Now you should save that inset map as a theme. The way to do that is to come along the top ribbon here underneath the layers and go to this eyeball and click the drop down menu. That's the Manage Map Themes eyeball. And so click the drop down on there, and you have a bunch of options on here. It's quite useful. You can hide layers and show everything. It's a useful menu. But I'm going to add a theme, and I'm going to call this theme Inset. This is my Inset theme. And so now what I can do is reactivate all of these layers to get back to my main map theme. This is my main map, like this is the layers I want for my main map, as we've discussed. And if I go back to the layout view to take a look at how this is working, thankfully, on the inset map, I have locked the layers. But let's say, oh, I'm idly going about my business and oh, I've unlocked the layers. Oh no, everything's back the way it was. I'm going to have to go back onto here and see, deactivate all these layers, come back onto this and make sure that's locked. Ah, not quite, because we've set up a map theme. So above this lock layers option, we have the follow map theme option. And I'm going to set that to none for now. So at the moment, it's not following any map theme. But if I set it to the inset map theme that we just saved, wonderful. Now it is the inset map theme, even though I'm on, all of my layers are activated on here, and oh, not now. And yeah, that's what a theme is. Fantastic. So let's go to our main map, and I've set up a main map theme as well. So I'm going to set that main map theme. Oh no, what's this? It seems as though the main map theme wasn't set up correctly. So let's try and fix this. You can see that that turbo color has actually followed through onto the main map theme. If we go onto the project view, we can identify what's happening here. If I click this eyeball here, the manage map themes, and go down to the main map and select the main map theme to turn on, the turbo color is set here, and the reason for that is that on the Gebco layer, the ocean layer, if I right click and go down to the styles like we did just a couple of minutes ago, this main map theme has got the default style for the Gebco layer, the ocean layer, is set to the default style. Well, at the start of the video, that default style was blue ocean, but now it's turbo ocean, and so I want it to be the blues, not the default style. So that's the first thing I'll change. I'll just put that onto the default style. And I want the terrestrial ecoregions to be terrestrial ecoregion symbology that I've already set up. So in order to make sure that the main map theme reflects that in future, I'm going to go up a couple of steps and go up to the replace theme option here, and I'm just going to replace my main map theme. Are you sure you want to replace the existing theme main map? Yes, yes I am. So now if I activate the inset map theme, that's the inset map, this is the main map. And if I go on to my layout and refresh this, it's currently set to the main map theme, the old main map theme. But if I refresh the page, then it is now set to the main map theme, which we just replaced with the correct data. And I could change it to the inset map theme, but that's not what we want. We want the main map theme. And that is how you use inset maps in QGIS. And we have covered today lock layers and lock styles for layers. We've covered what map themes are and how to use them effectively for insets. And we've also gone over a very crucial detail, which is active map styles. So hopefully these little tips can help you in your QGIS journey, and they will become indispensable tools for you in the future.